beautiful little unicorns, and welcome back to my channel. And if this is in fact the first time that you're on my channel, please allow for me to introduce myself to you. My name's Vanessa Somuayina. You guys know me as your big sis from the internet, as well as your favorite tarot card reader right here on YouTube. And in today's psychic prediction, we're going to be uncovering how people see you and what they're secretly thinking of you. So if you've ever wondered what type of first impression that you make, whether it's romantically or for a job interview, or you're just curious to see what your friends and family really think about you, then this is the perfect psychic reading for you to receive right now. In order to figure out precisely what it is that's running through people's minds when they're talking to you, I have prepared 3 groups for you to choose from, and I would like you to pick one of these 3 groups intuitively. Whether you're new here or you've been watching my videos for a while, I have one tiny favor to ask of you. According to my analytics, a whopping 47% of you watch my videos but aren't subscribed yet. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. That greatly helps my channel and allows for me to continue channeling your psychic tarot readings for you. Alright, so the 3 groups that I've got prepared for you today are as follows. Group number 1 corresponds to the spellcasting oracle deck as well as the black tourmaline crystal. Group number 2 corresponds to the Starcoats Astro Oracle deck as well as the malachite crystal. And group number 3 corresponds to the Mystic Mondays Tarot deck as well as the howlite crystal. But as usual, you can find the timestamps to all 3 of these groups below in the description box, as well as pinned to the top of the comment section for quick and easy access from your mobile devices, your laptops, your tablets. You can watch your reading on the go or while you're running errands, on your way to school or work, or you're simply chilling out at home working on your to-do list. Alright, so I will now provide you with a little moment of privacy. Feel free to pause the video right here if you need a minute just to meditate on the 3 groups, and then I'll be right back to guide you into your readings. Alright, my gorgeous soul, by now you've hopefully been able to select one of these 3 groups. I will be getting into your reading, starting off with group number 1, which corresponds to the black tourmaline crystal as well as the spellcasting oracle deck. If this is the group that you chose, then simply keep watching, and to my other 2 beautiful groups, I will catch you at the click of your timestamp. Hello, my gorgeous soul of group number 1. You chose the spellcasting oracle deck in combination with the black tourmaline crystal. Here's a close-up of the crystal of your choice. So the black tourmaline is a protecting, grounding, energetically cleansing crystal. It's one of the most powerful protection stones in existence. It's a must-have for anyone seeking to ground their energy, because this is one of those rare crystals that you are said to never have to cleanse. So if you're looking to add a very powerful protective crystal to your collection, the black tourmaline would be for you. But let's move straight into your reading, group number 1, to figure out precisely how it is that others see you and what they think of you. So we have got closure as well as answers. You seem like someone who's got all the answers and also someone who is really peaceful. You seem like the type of person who has gotten closure in life, and I know group number 1, you might be laughing so hard right now because you've dealt with so many dusty exes and frenemies and just situations that you didn't get any closure in whatsoever, but you do come off to other people as someone who's very wise and someone who is not very argumentative. Like, you just want a peaceful life. You are willing to give people closure. You receive closure because you live a peaceful existence. And I see here within strength that you also come off as someone who is incredibly strong. Group number 1, I don't mean incredibly strong in a physical sense, but in a sense that mentally you're unshakable. You're the type of person who can put up with anything. And the thing here within strength is that it shows up in your energy. It's not about you being forceful. It's not about you being the loudest person in the room, but it's just like a quiet strength in your energy that people can sense and people can just feel. And within dreams, you are to more people than you even realize their dream person. Their dream person to be friends with and their dream person to be in a romantic relationship with. Because you have this fiercely loyal nature to you, group number 1, a lot of people really wish that they could be close to you. A lot of people really wish that they could spend more time with you, because they also feel as though they would get more answers to their issues, as you're the type of person who is a great listener, a great person at giving advice. And within financial health, people also view you as someone who's financially wealthy and healthy. Now, it could be because you always look put together and you dress elegantly. Again, this is how people view you, group number one. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that you are financially extremely healthy or extremely wealthy, but people see you as someone who is wealthy because you seem put together and you've got good manners. You've got all of the traits of someone who is genuinely financially literate and wealthy, not someone who is just pretending. And that's because you have this quiet wealth type of energy and aura around you, and that is becoming rarer and rarer these days. So people really view you as someone who is responsible. People view you as someone who comes from a good family. Moving more deeply into your reading, we've got the Hierophant. They do also see you as someone who has some sort of higher answers. People view you as someone who is very intuitive and psychic. If you've ever had anyone say to you, "Oh my God, you're a mind reader, you read my mind," or "How did you know that I was going through this? How did you know that I was dealing with something?" I want you to know here within the Hierophant, you've always had that sixth sense in you, that sense of knowing when someone needs help, when someone is in need of a little bit of extra answers, closure, a little bit of strength, a little bit of support. And within the Six of Cups, it is completely clear, group number one, you've always been the kind of person who treats people the way that you want to be treated. You don't wait to see how someone else chooses to treat you. You automatically give people the benefit of the doubt. You automatically treat people kindly because that's how you want to be treated. And because you know how you want to be treated, you're not going to play around with other people's feelings and emotions. You'll immediately go to treating people well. They don't have to quote unquote earn being treated with decency. It's something that you just provide because you're a good person. Moving more deeply into your reading, we've got the Chariot. People also view you as a go-getter, as extremely ambitious and independent. That if you've got to ride a train by yourself, you're going to do it. You're not going to wait for anyone. The Chariot shows fun, forward movement. The Chariot in the tarot is also a tarot card that represents you're unafraid. It is ruled by Cancer, and it is also known as the Divine Protector, which is a sign that you're protected on your journeys, on your travels. People view you as someone who is well-traveled. They view you as someone who has seen the world, also why they think you're financially healthy. And it could also be that, yes, you have traveled quite a bit. Doesn't mean everything has always been in the greatest luxury or in a private jet, but you have traveled, you have seen things, and you're going to do more travels. You're going to be stepping into more unknown situations. Let's move more deeply into your reading, group number one, Essay. Okay, people view you as financially literate, as a great writer. A short piece of writing by a student on a particular subject, a short piece of writing on a particular subject that is published in a book, magazine, or a newspaper. Group number one, if you love writing, if you're the type of person who has always been pretty good at essays, not that you like doing them in school and being graded for them, but you were always the kind of person who was quite imaginative, who had really great storylines. I just want you to know here with the Chariot, if you've been thinking of publishing something, now's your time. Now's your time to move forward. Now's your time to do it. Now is your time to shine and to create something that's not just coming from a place of wanting to creatively be fulfilled, but also creating an asset for yourself. And within Rival, we've got a person or a group that competes with another, somebody or something that can equal or surpass another in a specific respect. Wow, you come off as competition, group number one. A lot of people are in quiet competition with you, and I'm saying quiet competition, but you can feel it, you can sense it. When someone is like competing with you and subconsciously you feel their eyes on you, you feel that they're staring at you in the office or at school, you feel that they're staring at you when you're walking down the road, when you're parking somewhere, when you're at the grocery store. You can feel that a lot of people, they immediately jump to comparing themselves to you. And I see here in the Ten of Cups that the thing is that you radiate so much from the inside out. You're like a light worker. You're someone who genuinely only has good intentions for other people. And because so many people are not like that, when they encounter you, they think it's fake. They think your happiness, your positivity isn't real. They think you're just putting on a front. They think you're just pretending. And you're like, no, this is genuinely how I live my life because I would like to live a happy, fulfilled life, a positive one. Thank you very much. The Eight of Wands is a symbol, group number one, that you're the type of person who has had adversity in their lives. And it shows when people get to know you a little more deeply. Because once they get to know you a little more deeply, they can sense, okay, you are a very open person, you're a very kind person, you're a very generous person. And you will help a stranger if needed, and if you see that they're in need. You're not going to wait until they're super, super desperate. You're going to help them earlier on. But I want you to know here in the Eight of Wands, when people see you, they get to know you, then they start to notice like, oh, okay, when it comes to certain areas of your life, you've had traumas. And when you, for example, say, oh, I don't want to be too sensitive, I don't want to share too much of my story, people can tell that you've shared your story in the past and it's been weaponized. It's been used against you. It's been used in order to say, see, the reason why you don't trust people is because that ex cheated on you. See, the reason why you're like this is because you always felt neglected, because your parents got divorced, because they never took care of you the way you wanted them to. So because you had friends and past partners, lovers, just people in your life who weaponized your weaknesses, it does show that in a way, you don't like the spotlight to be on your story too much. Now, the Two of Wands represents that you come off as someone who is driven, who looks to the future and doesn't like to dwell and dabble too much in the past. It doesn't mean that you're like completely avoidant of the past or that you have like these huge issues with talking about it, but to you, there's just not much point in basically like talking about something that can't be changed anymore anyways. So you seem like someone who chose transformation. We also have the snake here represented in the Two of Wands around this person's neck, and the wand, which is a phallic symbol, so a divine masculine symbol, which is a symbol of taking action rather than staying stagnant. And what this represents, especially in the snake, is transformation. Just as the snake sheds its skin, I do see here that you choose transformation. You choose to look forward. You choose to be the kind of person who doesn't remain stagnant, and it shows. Now, the Eight of Coins represents that you are the type of person who within their career is going to go really far. You might not see this. You might not realize how successful and famous that it is that you will become within your career, within your area of expertise, but everyone else can see your potential, they can sense it, they see exactly that you're the type of person who is going to take off, you know? It's like with stars, with celebrities, with musicians, even with YouTubers, you can tell very early on who's got that star power, who's got the grit, who's got the endurance, who's got the dedication to take their channel, to take their music, to take their art from being this kind of like niche thing to going big, to going mainstream, to blowing up. You can see it on social media. And the thing is, a lot of people, again, frenemies, they'll try to deny it. They'll try to pretend like it's not true. They'll try to pretend as though, oh, you're just like a regular person like everyone else. But never allow anyone to dim your light, group number one, or to make you feel like that's true, because it's not. Some people were born to stand out. And I want us to use our astro dice to dig a little more deeply into this. Okay, we've got your fifth house. Your fifth house is ruled by Leo. Your fifth house is in astrology the house of romance, the house of kids, the house of creativity. I do want you to know here within your fifth house that that is where you are going to take off completely. So your kids are going to take after you creatively. They're going to be even more successful than you, and they're going to be the type of people who are so inspired by your creativity, and you endorse it early on because you wish you would have had someone that pushed you properly early on as well. And that makes for an amazing jump start to them being able to, for example, be Olympic gymnasts, to do so well when it comes to sports, whether it's tennis, whether it's golf, to be able to be professional dancers, singers. From an early age, you're teaching them all of these things on discipline, on grit. We've also got Aquarius here, Aquarius in the fifth house. It represents you just have a very different approach than your parents. You have a very, very different approach than what you were raised with. And that's not to say that you're not grateful. It's not to say that you don't love your parents or your family, or that you don't appreciate what has been done for you. But the thing is, your approach, your viewpoint is just more working together and more. Okay, of course there has to be respect, but at the same time, you also want to be the kind of parent who pushes your kids to fulfill their dreams and to not wait until they have to do it all by themselves. So you're a very caring person. You're a very empathetic person, group number one. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to clear and cleanse the space, and then we'll move even more deeply into your reading. If you are enjoying your reading so far, make sure that you leave a unicorn emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you're here. And also, you guys, I've got a completely new freebie page that I made on my website. So if you would like my manifestation and book recommendation guide, or you're a coach, a spiritual business owner, someone who has an online business, you're feeling stuck, you don't know how to make it more successful, I have created a free freedom frame. I've got a free guide. It's called my Freedom Framework. That is also linked on my freebie page. If you're just interested in astrology and horoscopes, I have an astrology and horoscope guide for all 12 signs of the zodiac. I've really created something for everyone, so check that out. It's linked in the description box, and as already mentioned, I will now clear and cleanse the space, and then I'll be right back to guide you even more deeply into your reading. Welcome back, my gorgeous soul of group number one. So let's delve even more deeply into your reading, shall we, to figure out precisely how it is that others view you. So we've got the moon. People view you as someone who is extremely intuitive, but also they feel like you've got secrets, like there's something lurking beneath the surface with you that you're not sharing with anyone. Like you've got secrets, like there is some sort of mystery about you, like you've got skeletons in your closet. Like there's something dark, divine feminine, divine masculine in you that they can't just quite put their finger on, but they can sense it's there. They can sense that, yeah, okay, you have this sweet, maybe even baby face type of facade, group number one, but there is something beneath that. There's also a lot more strength, a lot more don't F with me energy than you allow for people to first come in contact with, group number one, and they can sense that you've been around the block emotionally. You know how to handle yourself, and there's something about you that definitely screams, do not play games with me. Now, the Three of Swords is a representation of you being a heartbreaker. Now, people view you as someone who is a heartbreaker, possibly because you are physically quite attractive, and it doesn't even have to be in this conventional sense. I do want you to know that beauty is something that not only lays in the eye of the beholder, but there are also some people who have a very unique beauty that's still on a societal level. People are like, okay, this person is different, but they're extremely attractive. There's just something different about them that makes them wow. And within the Three of Swords, I am also getting heartbreak songs, so I'm getting Taylor Swift, I am getting Ariana Grande, and I'm getting Blackpink in the heartbreaker type of energy. Heartbreaker from Marina and the Diamonds. Okay, that's a song that comes up here. And I do see that people view you as someone who has options, romantically speaking. The Five of Cups shows here that they view you as someone who probably doesn't want to settle down so quickly, someone who has standards, someone who wants another person romantically that can actually provide emotional safety, who's actually successful, who's actually someone worth having in one's life, really. And the Five of Cups also shows that people view you as someone who isn't afraid to let go. Like you're not afraid to let go of people because you think to yourself, okay, if this person doesn't want to be a true lover or a true friend, if this person doesn't appreciate me properly or is playing games, if I get rid of them, what am I really losing? I'm not losing anything. Like they're the one who's at loss, because I'm a genuine kind person who just wants to have a real connection. So if I lose, quote unquote, lose someone who doesn't want the same, what am I losing? Nothing. I'm losing a false connection, which is great. Now, within the King of Rings, you're someone who is very responsible. You're someone who people deem is very abundant. So coming back to this wealthy vibe, coming back to this vibe of someone who's got it all. The King of Rings does represent that people view you as someone who's not only got it all, but who is going to basically be at the top when it comes to your career, your successes. The King of Rings represents someone who's very responsible in the earthly realm. Now, this usually represents Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo type of energy, which is practical, loyal, grounded, reliable, abundant, and knows exactly what they want from their career. Now, the King of Rings does also represent group number 1, that you are higher up than others when it comes to your accomplishments. So comparing you to your age mates, to people your age who grew up under the same circumstances, you're way, way ahead of the curve, even if you don't realize it at times. Now, the Queen of Swords shows self-reliance. You're very perceptive. You have a sixth sense, a spidey sense for people and when they're lying to you, people and if they're not saying the truth. You're very intelligent and you read body language well. You might not always be able to put your finger on it because perhaps you're not a body language expert, like in a certified way. Perhaps you're not like an FBI agent, but you do know a little something about body language. Okay, you've watched some shows on it. You've watched Cheaters. You've watched these analysis shows on YouTube that analyze people who have committed crimes. There was this, what was it, not Jennifer's Body in the sense of that Megan Fox movie, but Jennifer's Lies or something like that. Jennifer's something. I'm sure you saw that, group number 1 on YouTube. It was like a crime analysis. And within the Queen of Swords, I do want you to know that people get this sense of being afraid to mess up with you because they can tell they will not be able to come back from it. They will never fully be able to regain your trust because you have been through your fair share of growing pains, learning lessons with other people. And the thing is, you just don't have the energy anymore. Uranus shows that it's like you're in or you're out. Uranus shows that you are now so interested in the unusual, in your uniqueness, in your individuality, in just like reforming how you were brought up to behave. You're so self-involved, dare I say, almost like getting to a point where younger you would have said you're self-obsessed. But actually, it is a natural level of healthily interested in yourself and your own well-being that it's like either people are adding to that or they're not. And if they're not, they've got to get out. Group number 1, there's just no space for them. Now, Uranus also shows here that people view you as someone who's changeable. People view you as someone who is able to be in a committed partnership. I see that here within Juno. You are seen as loyal. You are seen as the kind of person that one can rely on, that one can be with for a very long time and be happy with. You're drama-free. You're the kind of person who's honest. You're the kind of person who truly wants to be in a healthy connection, and you definitely come across as emotionally intelligent. And wow, source, you're the sun. You walk into a room and the entire vibe of the room changes, group number 1. It's like you are the sun, you are the source, you are the warmth, you're the inspiration. You're the one who walks into a room and people are like, wow, okay, this person is different. Wow, okay, there's something about this person that is just like the sun. They radiate warmth. They radiate life force. They radiate creativity. The sun is a super positive sign of the first impression that you make. So going for a job interview, showing up for the first time at a friend's house for a party or a get-together, a birthday. I just want you to know here within the sun that the sign that we're getting is you immediately illuminate the space. You have so much power that you're probably not even aware of in changing vibes positively, in making people feel comfortable, in adding to every type of situation. And the thing here within the sun is that people who have got this sun energy, they often play it small. They often don't even realize their superpowers. But the thing is, within the sun, people think that you do. That's why you don't get complimented as often, group number 1. It's because literally people think, well, you must already be so confident. You must already be so full of yourself. Like they don't want to overdo it. They don't want to hype you up too crazy much, which is insane. You would never think that, group number 1. Within the earth walk, I can see here, you have got this wisdom, this natural healing power that was passed down to you from your ancestors, from your grandmother, your great-grandmother, and the earth walk definitely shows here that the next phase of your life is going to be a change in how you view yourself. It's going to be a change in aligning more with how you're viewed publicly, how you're seen publicly. Viewed. Is that even a word? Well, we just made it one, group number one. Nostalgic release shows us here you're healing the past, relationship traumas that you've seen in your mom, your aunts, perhaps also siblings in your life, like family traumas and relationships, family patterns of relationships perhaps being broken, okay, coming from broken family backgrounds. I do see here that you are choosing better for yourself, and you are viewed as someone who is emotionally intelligent, and it's like you would rather be by yourself than continue that type of generational trauma and curse. You don't want to pass that on to anybody. You'd rather even not have kids than pass on generational traumas and patterns to you. It's like you want to be better first. Soothing waters represents intention, clearing blockages, energetic hygiene. The thing here with you is that you practice a strong energetic hygiene by clearing blockages because you don't keep people around you anymore that you don't deem are genuine and real. Soothing waters shows that you're a very intentional person, and intentionality comes with the ability to clear blockages. You're never looking to put other people down. You're never looking to wrong someone just because they wronged you. You let karma do that, but you're not going to keep them around you. And I see here in Soothing Waters that your intentions being pure means here between worlds that you're the kind of person that anyone can vibe with, whether it's someone who has a blue-collar job, someone who works at a bank or in a lab, whether you're dealing with a celebrity or someone who is engaged in activities that are not allowed, everyone can vibe with you. Everyone feels like you're a safe space. Between Worlds shows that you've always been the kind of person who can be between people who are quote-unquote lower class. You can be around high society. You can be with anyone and strike up an intelligent conversation. You can be with anyone and make them feel seen and heard. This is a superpower that makes you an amazing mediator, that makes you an amazing person when it comes to working for the government, when it comes to being a lawyer, when it comes to being a teacher as well, even a coach, a YouTuber, someone who works on social media, because people feel seen, they feel comfortable. Once you have found the right way to communicate and articulate your words, you're unstoppable. Like literally with injustice, I just want you to know that, again, people see the potential in you. People see where you're going, group number one, even if you're not yet aware of how big of a deal that you're going to end up being in this lifetime. Others view it, others see it, and others can sense it's just a matter of time until you take off to the next level. Now, the World card, of course, this has showed up for you, group number one. I've been asking myself when Spirit and the universe is finally going to reveal this tarot card, which is the final card of the tarot. It is that card of ultimate fulfillment. It is a message of being in a space where you've got absolutely everything going for you. The world is your oyster. The World card represents literal winning, fulfillment, having the best of all, having an amazing life, being a winner, having great relationships, a great career, just overall being in a place where, yeah, there is reason to be jealous of you, group number one. And the World card is just that ultimate fulfillment message that I am so happy to have revealed for you at this point within your reading. Because who doesn't want to know that others see them as successful, as having it all, as doing it all, as being in a position of power, group number one. This is a message that makes it extremely clear that, yes, the expectations of you are high, but you're also meant to meet the standard. You're also meant to never hit the mark. You're also meant to perform in that way. And I see here within specify that the more specific, the more niche you go, the better. Let's just zoom in here. There we go. Now, to state something or make it a condition, to include or state something in a specification, to explain something in an exact and detailed way. The thing is, the more niche that you go, like for example, I picked the niche of tarot, I picked the niche of spiritual coaching. That's why I've got Psychic CEO and my second channel. you have your own niche, whether that is crystals, whether that is yoga, whether that is law enforcement, whether that is being a teacher, whether that is being an astrologist, a tarot reader yourself. Literally, the more you specify and the more specific you make your niche, like not just tarot, but love readings. Not just, for example, being a teacher, but being a teacher in biology. Not just doing music, but actually playing piano, playing the guitar. Not just dance, but actually modern dance. I want you to know here within specify that the more specific you get, the less you try to appease everyone, the more niche you are, the more successful you will be. The bigger the impact, the bigger the legacy, the bigger the success that you will experience. And the thing is, you can't give up, group number one. You cannot allow for other people to make you feel as though you're crazy, or the niche that you're picking is too small, or like, oh, who's going to like that? Who's going to want that? Who's going to watch that? Yeah, I had literally like my own family members say to me, oh, who's going to watch you doing tarot card reading videos for hours on end? Well, guess what? Like millions of people across the globe, like literally like 80 million people have viewed my videos so far. That's who's going to watch my videos. That's who's going to see my growth. That's who's going to love the fact that I am putting my skill, my gift out there for others to enjoy. And the Nine of Pentacles shows here, group number one, literally, don't be afraid to put out your gift. Don't be afraid to put out what you were made of, because what you were made of is insane. What you were made of is beautiful. What you were made of is to shine, is to show others that, yes, you can have a gift and you can either hide it or you can fully step into it. You can fully own it. And the Nine of Pentacles shows here that you're very close to a breakthrough, especially in the earthly realm, in the realm of Pentacles. The Pentacles rules everything that has to do with tangible assets and items, also your body. So if you've been on a health journey, you're very, very close to a breakthrough of finally getting your dream results with your body and with your health. If you have been on a journey of meditating, of journaling, of just like self-care, leveling up yourself, self-love, you are very, very close to breaking through. Group number one, you're very close to getting to that next level. And of course, the same with your career, especially those of you who have other streams of income than your 9 to 5. You're about to break through by getting so much more visibility to your brand and yourself, your social media. And I want you to know here in the Five of Blades that what that is also going to do is it's going to reveal who your true friends are. It's going to reveal to you who is really rooting for you and who all of a sudden views all of your stories but never even interacts with one post, never even comments on one thing, never even congratulates you once for all of your very obvious and public achievements and accomplishments. And I see the same for those of you who work in an office. Wow, Five of Pentacles shows work colleagues that you are no longer going to be as close with because, yeah, I mean, you're moving up. You're clearly the one who is meant to get the promotion. You're clearly the one who's meant to move up to the next echelon, to the next level. And it's not everybody who, once you're actually doing better than them, who is comfortable facing the music of the fact that you're holding up a mirror to them. You're showing them what they could have done if they would have been as driven, if they would have literally just pushed themselves as hard as you did, if they would have sacrificed the way that you did. So I do see here in the Eight of Cups that people, again, they view you as competition and they view you as someone who's going to walk away from them. But this is only the insecure people. I'm saying only. This is unfortunately a lot of people who are in their mediocrity and don't want to do better for themselves. And they can feel that, okay, you're not going to be around forever because you're on a level up journey. Your true friends, the people who are going to be with you forever, the people who are going to be with you for like years, your entire life, decades, those are the people who themselves are successful, who themselves always continue to grow, always continue to do better, always continue to strive for more, to reach for higher, to accomplish higher heights, to do better in life. Those are the types of people that are your people, group number one. Everyone else is just a bystander whose clock is ticking. Everyone else is just holding you back. Your friend circle is small but close-knit and really strong. Even if you've got friends from other parts of the world, other parts of your country, I see here within the Four of Air, there's a reason why not everyone can be your friend. It's because a lot of people also just cannot keep up intellectually. You're a highly intelligent person. You make connections between so many different parts of the world. Dare I say, even some conspiracy theories theories where you're like, okay, this makes a lot of sense, and you want to be able to talk about it. You want to be able to talk about the Teflon, the C8. You want to be able to talk about the reason why so much of mass media is kept hidden, so much truth is not being shared, why so many other parts of the world we hear nothing about them, and weird things are being sensationalized within the media, within the mainstream media. It's like we're being told that we should put on our attention on this puppy that can roller skate instead of people who actually need help. And here within the 6 of fire, I do see that you're the kind of person who will have a huge impact in philanthropic causes within this life. And people view you as definitely someone who is meant to unify the world, who is meant to have a certain level of power, telling other people what to do, other powerful people, other intelligent people listening to you, wanting to work with you, and wanting to create legacy with you. So I definitely see here people view you as, wow, you're going to be even more influential. And the Ace of Air represents that you have incredible ideas. People see you as very creative, as filled to the brim with great ideas, filled to the brim with amazing, also just drive. The number 1 always represents drive. It always represents fresh beginnings. It always represents doing something new. And here within the dragon that is like holding this globe, that's holding this sphere, you are like a phoenix that rises from the ashes. Even if one of your ideas doesn't immediately work out, the next one will, and you're so sure of that. The Queen of Earth shows that what this does is it creates this multiplication type energy within you, group number 1, which means that you're a multiplier. You're the type of person who receives something and you make it 10x better. You go 10x more in depth. You make it 10x more successful just by being in the same room with it, just by it getting your Midas touch. So a Midas touch is basically, maybe you've heard it even in some Drake songs, the Midas touch is when you touch something and it turns to gold. You have that, group number 1. You have the Midas touch. People can see you have the Midas touch, but do you see that you have the Midas touch? Because the Queen of Earth confirms this within your reading. And moving more deeply into your prediction, we've got choice. So now, literally, group number 1, it's like, come to a point where it's your choice. It's your choice. Do you choose to actually feel into it, to live this, to be your most authentic self, to actually use all of the gifts that you were born with? Are you going to choose to make it your reality to be as successful as you know that you can be? Are you going to choose to claim everything that you were meant to have? Are you going to choose to only basically hang out with the best people, the most successful people, the most caring people, the most intuitive people, people with whom you can have the best conversations with? Or are you going to fall to a different standard? Or are you going to allow for insecurities to creep in and make you feel like, oh, maybe I don't deserve this. Maybe I shouldn't have this. So the choice is yours at this point, group number 1. The choice is also yours to continue to watch, to continue to receive the messages that I've still got for you. Because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clear and cleanse the space, and then I'll be back to delve even more deeply into your prediction, group number 1. As per usual, you don't have to lift a finger, you don't have to do a thing, and I'll be right back to guide you more deeply into your prediction about how others view you. Welcome back to your reading, group number 1. As already mentioned throughout the intro, if you're still here, if you're enjoying this reading, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel, and we will delve even more deeply into your reading as we have a message that clearly needs to be communicated to you. We've got positive-minded people, so others view you as someone who's extremely positive-minded. Others view you as someone who always sees the bright side of things. They view you as someone who is innocent in so many ways of not seeing the darkness, not seeing the negativity. You're a positive-minded person who will always have a little bubbly, childlike sense to them, a childlike nature within them, and that makes you very attractive. It also makes you especially attractive to the divine masculine, because the divine masculine loves playfulness. It loves this sense of just freedom that a childlike sense of wonderment represents, not in a creepy way, but, you know, in just a bubbly, fun way of not letting life make you so serious. And within self-love, others see you as someone who takes the lead on their self-love. And we've got the stag, we have got, is this the lionfish? The African lionfish? And here within the self-love card, I do want you to know that what this represents is that people think that you do a lot of self-care, you engage in a lot of it because you're well-groomed. If you've had any type of enhancements to you, surgical, non-surgical, dyed the color of your hair, perhaps you've got nails that you do, lashes, maybe you go for facials so your skin is really glowy, you take supplements so you look really healthy. I just want you to know here that people view you as someone who's got a lot of love for themselves, because they can tell, like, yes, you're naturally beautiful, but there's also a lot of effort that goes into it. And within Sikh seclusion, people view you as a bit of a loner, a little bit of an introvert, a little bit of a let me just do this by myself kind of person. Within Sikh seclusion, I do see that others view you as the type of person who probably can be alone and doesn't need them. And for narcissists, for people who are extremely needy or are power hungry, this is a trait that they don't like. So you repel narcissists, group number one. You repel people who want to use you. You repel people who are looking for a weak-minded person to control. And that could be because actually you had to develop this strength because you've either seen it or firsthand already dealt with these types of people, and you were like, okay, seen it, dealt with it, experienced it once, sure as hell never going to repeat that again. As I see here within the strength card, you have become not necessarily, it's not mean or rude, but it's just you have boundaries and you understand what price that you pay when you don't make sure that you uphold your own boundaries. And I see here within sincere relationships that Spirit is trying to communicate. That's also when you know that a relationship is sincere. It's when someone sincerely respects your boundaries, when someone loves that you've got boundaries, when they don't test them, when they don't feel like they have to tell you your boundaries are silly, or, oh, why do you have boundaries? Like, people who question your boundaries, red flag, group number one. Huge, huge, huge red flag, big mistake, shouldn't have done that, because the thing is, like, you know the kind of person who will test boundaries just to see how far they can go to then make sure that they put you in uncomfortable situations just for their own pleasure, just to test you, just as a power game. And you understand sincere relationships are built on mutual trust and understanding, and also on the fact that you don't push one another's boundaries. No, you don't. When you actually sincerely care for someone and love them, you want them to feel safe. And the rabbit spirit shows that people view you as someone who's very lucky, like a lottery winner, like the kind of person who enters a contest and you win, the kind of person who, like, oh, you're so lucky because you're financially healthy. You're so lucky because you've got all of these people in your life who love you. And you're like, yeah, okay, let's call it luck. Let's forget all of the sleepless nights that I had. Let's forget all of the weeks of training, of eating healthily, of learning to be a good person, of self-regulating, of going to therapy. Let's forget all of the money and the time that I spent on self-development. Let's forget the fact that I hired a coach, that I bought all of these courses, that I went to school, got into debt in certain situations because I just wanted to invest in myself to be this successful person. Yeah, let's just call it luck. Let's just call it luck that instead of partying, I was at home studying, I was at home doing self-care and being the kind of person who set themselves up for this future because I knew I would have to sacrifice to be ahead of the game. And the cow spirit shows, like, literally, because you've done all of this, the miracles are endless. And again, haters will say it's luck. Haters will see you walk on water, they will say it's fake. You know what I mean? Like, the cow spirit shows here within the miracles are endless, that you put in insane amounts of work and effort and then you get insane results, group number one. And it makes sense. I asked myself, group number one, why there are people who think it's luck, or who think you've been born privileged, or you've been given something because you're sweet, you're kind, you're nice. I mean, duh, obviously that's part of the game, being a kind person, being a genuine person. Yes, that brings you further in life. So the thing is, people often, it cannot get in their head how someone like you is such a rare combination of hard work, good looks, aspirations, ambition, coming from a background where perhaps you didn't have to put this much effort, but you still did. And the scarab beetle spirit just shows, like, magic works through you because of that. Because of that, a lot of people, they can view you as being extremely different, as being not on their level, and they can definitely see, like, okay, I am I am messing with someone here that knows the game, who knows what they're doing, who is probably not going to believe the things that I say. And within the elephant spirit, you are someone who has learned from the past. You're someone, you have dealt with some clowns, you have dealt with some people who have shown you their true colors and their true faces, and you can spot narcissists, you can spot liars, you can spot players from a mile away. And to you, it's very, very, very simple. If you get an insincere vibe from someone, you would just let them go, because the bobcat spirit also is a representation of life being a mystery, and you literally being at the point, group number one, where it's like, if I can already feel something is off, if I can already feel something is not sincere, I don't need to see it through. I don't need to find out that they will break my heart, that they will cheat on me, that they will tell all of my secrets to everyone at work or to like the entire social media. I don't need to first see that through to have that happen and to get that confirmation. I can just stay away now. I can just not be their friend now. I can just trust my gut feeling and my intuition now. I don't need those things to happen to me in order to then confirm, oh, I should have listened to my gut feeling all along. No, 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 no. We've been there, done that. We've played that game, group number one. You know to listen to your gut feeling the first time. There's a reason why you've got a gut feeling. There's a reason why you have this supernatural psychic ability. And the thing is, rather than channeling it into situations with people who are not sure about you or you aren't sure about, you would rather just focus on your passions. You would rather just channel your energy into the things that you are good at, that you're passionate about, and that can actually make a huge difference in the world in a positive way. Now, within healing, you are a natural born healer. Group number one, people view you as someone who is extremely healing. Like, even just being in your energy, even just being around you, it's healing, it's soothing. It makes people feel good about themselves. It makes people feel whole again. So having this healing ability, maybe quite literally, you're training to be a doctor, you're a nurse, or you're someone who knows about plant medicine, who knows about healing properties of even just like home remedies, different teas, different oils, different just ingredients, whether it's cinnamon, whether it's honey. And I see here within fertility, you are like a fertility healer. You're like the kind of person where if your friends have issues with fertility, you've had issues with fertility, you know how to heal it. And the thing is, that is your area of expertise, as specific and weird as it sounds. Just try it out. Just even working with the feminine cycle, understanding that, understanding why it's important. All of these things you thrive in. Fertility, the female body, the female cycle. And I see here that actually for you, group number one, to be extremely specific, if you're looking for a different career, if you're looking for a different way in which you can make an impact, it could even be just posting on social media about how you can cycle sync your work, your nutrition with your body. The sheer interest will bring you into so much depth of research and even into you going into formal training, formal education for this, that you will be extremely successful at having a positive impact in people's lives when it comes to their fertility, their health, and their well-being. That is part of your path. That is what you're destined to do. And it takes a very strong person to thrive in this area because you're dealing with a lot of trauma. People who struggle with fertility, people who struggle with their health, they've gone through a lot of trauma, and it takes a very strong person to deal with this type of field, to deal with this type of area of life, especially when other people are coming to you. They're hopeful, they want tips, they want advice. It takes a very specific type of self-assured person because you'll also be dealing with a lot of grieving of lost children, lost pregnancies, situations that were extremely traumatic. And I do see here that people view you as someone who's an amazing grief counselor. Even, for example, as a therapist, you would thrive, a grief therapist, a fertility and grief therapist, a relationship therapist. You would find a lot of financial freedom in that as well because you're so good at it, right? You would be booked and busy. There's nothing that could stop you from your success just taking off to this huge level where you're known on an international scale, where people travel from all over the world just to see you, just to work with you. And trust me, group number one, it's possible. I've done it. So you can do it as well. And here within reap, yeah, you're going to reap what you've sown, literally. To cut and gather a crop, especially a grain crop from the land where it is growing, to get something as a result of something that you do. To get something as a result of something that you do is 100% your path, group number 1. You will reap what you've sown, and you've sown a lot of seeds, group number 1. You have sown many seeds. You keep watering them, you keep fertilizing them, and it's very clear that you're going to reap some great crops. And some people, they're looking at your field, they're looking at your soil, they're looking at all of the seeds that you've sown, and they're jealous. They're low-key, high-key jealous, group number 1. But that's okay, because the way that people view you does not have to affect your life, how you view yourself or your success. You can actually use it as fuel and focus on the people who are proud of you and who want to see you continue to thrive, because they too are successful and thriving. Group number 1, this is the reading that I received for you. Feel free to let me know below in the comment section that it resonated and that you enjoyed your reading. And wherever you are on our gorgeous planet, know that I'm sending you so much love right here from Zurich, Switzerland. And I can't wait to connect with you during one of our upcoming readings. Oh, and before I forget, for all of you who are coaches, who are spiritual entrepreneurs, you want to unify your intuition with breaking through to the next level within your business, check out my second channel here on YouTube. It's called Psychic CEO, as well as my Psychic CEO program, and you will hear back from me if you're the right fit for the program. So group number 1, I will catch you during one of our upcoming readings. Hello, my gorgeous soul of group number 2. You chose the Star Codes Astro Oracle deck, as well as the Malachite crystal, which is a crystal that helps you to transform. It helps you to transmute negative into positive energies, and that may be precisely why you chose this crystal. But let's step into your reading to figure out precisely how other people see you and what type of first impression that you make, whether it's romantically or in a job. Okay, we've got the trine as well as the 10th house. I see here that you've got two sides to you, group number 2. For one, people feel like they can get along with you effortlessly. You can talk to anyone, no matter whether they are rich, poor, successful, or still getting there. As I see here within the 10th house, which is the house ruled by Capricorn, you're the kind of person who has a very positive public image. So people see you in a positive light. They see your career in a positive light. They also see your potential as someone who's still going to go extremely far. And you get along with people who are very successful, very wealthy, with ease, because they can sense you're not impressed by their things, but you're impressed by character. You are impressed by someone's personality. And that gives you a lot of authority. That's what I see here in the 10th house. You are impressed by hard work and dedication, because you too have had to work hard and be dedicated to get to where you are right now. Now, within the trine/sextile, I do see that people find you to be easy to work with and get along with. So a lot of people want you on their team. They want to be able to work with you. They would like to have you as a business partner. And I see here within Imum Coeli that you are rooted and grounded in an energy that shows that you are very humble. No matter how successful you get, you never forget your roots, where you came from, and what it felt like to start at the bottom. And even if you come from a privileged background, it doesn't matter. You still worked hard. You still had parents who instilled in you that hard work is important, and that in this lifetime, nothing is just given to you. You have to prove yourself. Imum Coeli also shows me here that you have a very strong personality and character. And with that strength comes that nobody can just shake you. Nobody can just play with your feelings like that. And I see here within your descendant that we have this invitation and kind of like very attractive energy. So by we have this invitation, I mean you are the invitation, group number 2. People find you to be an attractive, inviting person to be around. So at times you might have been shocked, like, whoa, why is this person telling me their life story? They don't even know me. Like, do they say this to everyone, or is it just me? Group number 2. It is really just you. People really do just tell you their life story because you're someone that they deem as extremely trustworthy. And I see here within Uranus that you're also the kind of person who invokes change. People see you as the type of individual who will change the world, who will change laws. Perhaps there are even some social justice causes that you are feeling very passionately about. And Uranus shows that if there's someone who's going to change things in this world, it's you. And group number 2, the main thing that you need is a little bit of this push, a little bit of this unexpected just confirmation really from the universe that, yeah, even if it feels like, well, it's only me, or it's starting with just me, you are more powerful than you give yourself credit for. And just to give you an example, When I went plant-based like 12 years ago, 13 years ago, can't even remember how long ago it was, but my late teens and my teenage years, everyone said, well, you think you're going to make a change? It's just only you. People are still going to think you're crazy. I mean, whether the whole world has gone plant-based or not, it's undeniable that there has been a larger following of people who have chosen this lifestyle for whatever reason, for health reasons, of animal welfare, because of the environment, doesn't matter, but fact is, there has been a change, and Uranus is the planet of change, and it is the reminder that even when you're starting off with something, as my example, that people tell you, oh, you're not going to make a change, it's never going to have an effect in the world, don't listen to those people. People only tell you that you can't make a change when they're actually afraid that you will, because if they weren't worried that you actually will make a change, they would just be quiet and laugh. They wouldn't feel the need to stop you, because people only try to stop things when they're afraid that it will actually have an effect. Look at women's rights, for example. People have only tried to stop those movements because they're worried that those powerful movements will actually have a negative effect on the patriarchy that is upheld every single day. Now, let's move a little bit more deeply into your reading, group number 2. I do want you to know here within the Daydream Believer that literally you have got solutions for everything, and the thing is, you have to implement, you have to believe. You were born a leader. You were born the kind of person who, it starts as a daydream, but if you believe enough in it, if you put some of your intelligence, your grit, your dedication towards a cause, it will turn into something tangible. And remember, everything always starts off as just a thought. Nothing starts off as tangible unless it's nature. Now, within the desert, I do also see here that your authentic self is what people love. People find you to be someone who is extremely authentic. People see you as someone who's very courageous. People see you as someone who can basically be in a desert and still survive. People view you as extremely resilient. And with that resilience also comes that people feel that they can put you under pressure in certain situations. So if you have felt before like your parents, your job have been hard on you, or like, why is all of this pressure and all of this responsibility just on me? It's because they believe that you can stem it. They believe you can take it. They believe that for whatever reason, you're strong enough. And sometimes people go too far and they forget to ask the strongest warrior in the room, which is you, group number 2, how you're doing, how you're feeling, if you need a shoulder to lean on, whether you need a shoulder to cry on. And that's where you sometimes have to, for yourself, take a step back and tell people to reel it in, because you're strong, but you too need rest so you don't burn out. Now next we've got sweet alchemy. Sweet alchemy corresponds to the word transmutation, as well as inner light and cycles of growth. Remember how we spoke about the malachite being the crystal of your choice, helping you to transmute negative energies into positive ones? Well, sweet alchemy confirms this. People see you as an alchemist. People see you as the kind of individual who turns any type of challenging situation into a positive one. People see you as someone who turns things that seemed negative, that seemed like challenges, that seemed unsurmountable. You make it possible. You create change. You're the kind of person who turns it into something worthy. And sweet alchemy also shows that you have proven many times to yourself, regardless of what happens, you will be fine, you will be okay. And that gives those younger than you that surround you a lot of security and certainty. If you're a parent, your kids will grow up seeing a very strong individual who is able to protect and provide for them. If you have younger siblings, again, you are the type of person that shows them things can be done and change can happen in this world. Now, next within the Queen of Coins, I do see with our lions as well, group number 2, that this is a symbol that people view you as brave. They view you as generous. The lion represents someone who's very giving, and the suit of coins is, of course, the suit that speaks of everything in the earthly realm. So we have time, we have health, wealth, we have abundance in the sense of helping people financially as well, helping where you can in a philanthropic sense. And I see here in the Queen of Coins, you still have so many big things to do in that arena of life, group number 2. You still have so much that you're getting to. And you know who I'm seeing in the Queen of Coins as well? I'm seeing Angelina Jolie vibes. Don't you see that as well here with our Queen of Coins? Ooh, this card popped itself right side up as I picked up our Queen of Coins. Now, the Queen of Coins definitely gives me that vibe, and she does so much philanthropy. She has adopted many children, loves them as her own, gives them shelter, provides them with nourishment, amazing education, and a life that many could only dream of. And I do see here in the Queen of Coins that is meant to be your destiny as well, group number 2. Someone who gives, someone who helps, someone who leaves the world a better place. And within the star, I see that you will be greatly rewarded for it. Now, socially speaking, you are seen as a star. You are seen as someone who is special. You're seen as an individual who is worthy of celebrating. And it's time that you yourself also see how big of a star that you are, group number 2, especially if you've been in denial of it, or if you've kind of been playing it small in your career. If you work in a service-based business, or you're a coach, you've got your own business, maybe you're a tarot card reader, you are probably undervaluing and underpricing yourself. And people see that. People are like, wait a minute, if she's so good, why is she undervaluing herself? And I did that for quite a long time myself as well, group number 2. And I just want you to know that it just turns into this cycle where you get clients who don't really value you. The ones who do value you are a bit put off by the low price tag, or they think it's not going to work. They think that you're not going to put in effort like they would want you to. And then you get clients that are not going to be happy with anyone. You know, the people who want an arm and a leg but are literally paying like budget prices, but they expect like a private jet experience. You get those people, they won't be happy anyways. They'll leave bad reviews. They'll tell you your service isn't good. Then you make your service even cheaper. Then you get even worse clients, even worse reviews, even worse customers. And it's like a spiral downward. Yeah, we're getting into the whole spiritual business vibes for a second, bestie. But just know here that the answer is sometimes to just remember you're a star, to remember that if the transformation and the value that you're providing your customer is worth a lot and is completely life-changing, it is important that you charge accordingly so that you yourself don't burn out. And remember, people who pay attention. People who don't pay, they don't pay attention. And if, for example, the service that you're providing makes someone's life amazing and the cost of not having you in their life and you helping them is very high, you don't have to undervalue yourself, group number 2. Learn to get comfortable with charging accordingly. Okay, I see in the 9 of Swords there's still a blockage, group number 2, and we might not be able to solve this all in one tarot card reading. I get it. It's not easy, but at least have it be a start, group number 2. At least try to start off with just a few steps forward, a couple extra percent of what you would usually charge, of what you would usually ask for if you're in a 9 to 5, if you work in an office. Ask for the raise, apply for the other job that would pay more. Just try without making it too stressful. I see here within the Wheel of Fortune that it is confirmed the Wheel of Fortune is actually a symbol of good luck and good fortune, that when you do that, the small wins will start to get bigger and bigger, and you'll start to be able to get to your ideal point, which is where you make money easily and comfortably. You're making enough to feel really great about your life. You've got enough for everything, for your basic needs and some pleasures, and there's also room for improvement, room for growth. That's what I see here in the Wheel of Fortune, and it all started off with you believing. It all started off with you being unafraid to see your value and to actually claim that, hey, I am allowed to live a life with enough resources, and I don't have to stay in a job that makes me feel like I'm not valued. And I see here within the Knight of Cups that you are very attractive to water signs, so Cancerians, Scorpios, and Pisces, especially young men, young males, young male water signs. And as you get older, you're going to find it a little weird. You're going to be like, why are these young boys all after me? And you're not going to realize, like, wait a minute, I have a baby face. I look really hot for my age. Like, I may be aging, but my body is not. And I see here within the King of Coins that there's young water signs, but older earth signs that you're also very attractive to. So Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, businessmen, men who are very serious about the earthly realm. Okay, the suit of coins is the suit of the element of earth. Men with beards, men with still a lot of hair on their heads. Okay, so they're not old and frail and gray, but they're hot. Okay, they're the hot older gentlemen, and they're providers. The King of Coins shows me that when you dress up, when you put yourself together, sheesh, group number 2, who has just entered the room? Okay, because I see here within the moon Like, is insecurity in the room with us? Because I can tell once you get in the right mood and the right vibe, you're ready to take over the world. You're ready to claim everything. You're ready to claim success in the earthly realm. You're ready to receive from romantic partners without feeling bad because they offered it. They want to do it for you. And you're ready to claim all of the changes you're making in this world. The Ace of Coins shows us people view you as a pioneer, group number 2. People view you as someone who is fearless, as someone who will go for what they want, and as someone who is not going to take no for an answer. And sometimes you have your moments of insecurity, you've got moments of weakness, just like every single one of us. Don't feel as though that's anything rare, that that's anything weird, or that you should feel any way about it. Don't, group number 2. There's no point. But what you should do, what you really, really should do, is focus on building. Focus on building your confidence. And I'm going to be using our astro dice to figure out what area of life right now Spirit wants you to build on. We've got the 7th house, okay? So house number 7 is the house that is ruled by Libra. And this is the house of marriage and partnerships. Build in that area of your life. If you're like, Vanessa, I don't know what marriage or partnership you're talking about. I am single as a Pringle. Well, maybe it's time to start leaving your house. Maybe it's time to start putting yourself in situations and in places that are amazing, where you can attract someone who's meant for you, where you can work on that area of your life. And I see here with Libra, literally the 7th house rules Libra. Your spirit guides are like, this needs to be looked at, okay? 7th house in Libra, marriage, long-term relationships, any kind of like partnership, solidifying that. If you are already in a partnership, it's a little rocky, go to therapy, do something about it. Right now, that area of your life needs extra love, extra TLC, extra care, extra attention. And it's important that you don't deny yourself of this. And why I say yourself and not you and the other person that will be involved is because caring for your marriage is self-care, because you have to take care of yourself to show up fully within your marriage. And we've got eager. Yes, be eager. Be eager. Group number 2, people see you as an eager beaver, and sometimes you have to step into this eager energy in areas of your life where you feel like, I don't want to have to be eager. Enthusiastic and excited about something and impatiently waiting to do or get it. Expressing enthusiastic interest and expectation or an impatient desire to do something. Get a little impatient. Okay, that's how you become extremely successful. And I coach this all the time within Psychic CEO. The most successful entrepreneurs are the ones who are a little bit impatient, especially spiritual entrepreneurs. All of you who are like sleeping tablets, come on now. Like, let's get a little impatient about our success. Let's get a little impatient about signing the deal, about publishing the book, about putting yourself out there, about actually applying for the new job, about putting out the video, the social media content, getting your social media framework down, your blueprint for growth, for success. Can we get a little eager? Like, just because we're playing it cool and relaxed and, oh, I'm so grounded. Okay, but when has that ever done anything to invoke real change? I see here within the 7 of Pentacles, literally, spiritual community has it all wrong when it comes to Pentacles, when it comes to the earthly realm. Like, when you are actually strong in the earthly realm, when you know how to unify your intuition and create income out of it, when you become the psychic CEO of your life, that's when you're truly powerful. That's when you're more powerful than anyone who does not have an affinity for spirituality. That's when you become more powerful than anyone who isn't into crystals and tarot cards, because now guess what? You have spirituality and actually business knowledge and actually the earthly realm. So anything that has to do with modern technology, modern science, modern medicine, you are unifying both, and that makes you extremely powerful because now you have a very holistic set of skills. And here within the 4 of Pentacles, universe and your spirit guides are saying, don't skimp out on this area of your life. Don't skimp out on educating yourself, on making sure that you become the best version of you. Whether that is you getting supplements, getting your blood work done, investing in a coach, investing in a new schooling, investing in tarot cards, investing in cameras because you want your own channel. Don't skimp out on this right now, because people view you as someone who still has so much to share, so much to do, so much to accomplish, But if you're not eager, if you're not an eager beaver, if you're not putting yourself out there, group number 2, how are we supposed to see it? How are you supposed to be able to enjoy the successes that will come with you putting yourself out there? We've also got effect. Yes, if you want an effect, you have to invest. You have to do something. You have to try something new. And when your heart feels drawn towards something, when your intuition is telling you, yes, trust it, a change or changed state occurring as a direct result of action by somebody or something else, an appearance or reaction that is deliberately produced, especially by a writer, artist, or musician. So have an effect, okay? Put effects on your work, put effects, special effects if you create videos, on your videos, on what it is that you're producing. Be eager to have an effect on this world. Be eager to have an effect on your marriage and partnerships. Be eager to have a positive effect and create even more of a ripple effect in this life than you've already done, because you'll be so proud of yourself, group number 2, and because I do see that you have not yet even seen 20% of your highest potential. Can you believe that, group number 2? Because I can. So group number 2, I am now going to clear and cleanse the space. You don't have to lift a finger. You don't have to do a thing. What you can do in the meantime is download my free PDF downloadables. I've got horoscope downloadables. I have got my freedom framework. If you're a coach or an entrepreneur and you want to figure out how you can create a business that allows you to have freedom of time, freedom financially as well, because my job, okay, my job is to make sure that all of my spiritual girlies, all of my spiritual besties, that you are free, especially in the earthly realm. That's why I developed Psychic CEO. I've got my channel, my second channel, linked in the description box as well. So head on over there after your reading if you feel like, you know what, I need a spiritual business bestie, because I have a spiritual bestie when it comes to tarot card readings, but when it comes to my career, when it comes to my business, I really want to do this. And I want to do it the spiritual way. I want to unify my intuition with it. I want to not have to sever my intuition and my emotions from my business or from my work life. And I want to create extra streams of passive income. That's what that second channel is for. It's really for you to master that area of life, because that is where I found so many of my beautiful spiritual brothers and sisters. You are struggling. You have got everything else down. You're a kind person. You have great relationships. You are healthy. You are driven. You have everything under control except the earthly realm, except those freaking finances, accept your freaking time management, accept really getting the most out of your ambition and actually getting what you deserve, getting paid what you deserve. Psychic CEO will help you with that. That's who I created it for. But as already mentioned, I will now clear and cleanse the space. You can find everything below in the description box. And then I will be right back to guide you even more deeply into your reading, so we can figure out all of the additional details that Spirit has for you about how people view you and what they think about you. Hello, my lovely soul of group number 2. So let's delve even more deeply into your reading, shall we, and figure out how it is that people see you. So we have got the Ten of Cups and the King of Wands. People see you as soft and kind and nurturing and very wholesome. But at the same time, here in the King of Wands, you have this don't F with me kind of edge. You have this I'm not taking BS anymore type of energy. The Ten of Cups shows that people view you as someone who has a really great family life, amazing friends and family who are there for them. That's how people view you. And the King of Wands shows that you're very loyal. Like, you would give someone you care about the last shirt off of your back. If there's anything you can do for someone in need, someone who is quote unquote weaker than you will do it. The King of Wands also shows strong leadership energy, whereas the Queen of Wands, it shows you've got a great balance between masculine and feminine energies. So people see you as someone who, for one, if you have to get a little aggressive, if you have to get a little protective, you will, but you also have a very soft, demure, yet still fiery side to you. So it's like this nice, nasty kind of attitude, this very quick comeback kind of energy, very intelligent, but at the same time still feminine and still allows for divine masculine, healed divine masculine to be in your life. So you're not the kind of person who will take BS from anyone, but with the right person, like the right man, you still have that giddy, childlike little girl squeal about you. So that hasn't fully been lost. Now, next up within the Four of Cups, I do see that people view you as someone who's very calm. People view you as someone who's spiritually in tune. People perhaps view you as the spiritual woo-woo friend, group number 2. And that's fine. The Four of Cups also tells us here that you're a little bit of a introverted loner, in the sense of recharging has to happen in solitude and has to happen with some quietness. You don't like people telling you what to do. The Magician shows us here, literally you're a magician. Even in your job, the thing is, you don't mind authority. You're not the kind of person who's like, oh, I can't listen to anyone, I can't do what anyone says to me. It's not about that, but you're most creative and you're most effective when you have time and space to really focus, rather than someone constantly breathing down your neck and micromanaging you. You're the kind of person where if you say it's going to be done on Thursday, it will be done on Thursday. You're the kind of person where if you say you're going to do it, just trust, believe it's going to happen. Even if on Wednesday night at 11 p.m. things are looking bleak, when you have to deliver on Thursday, it will be delivered. And you just need people to leave you alone to do that. The Five of Cups shows me here that people also view you as someone who can have a little bit of a fiery attitude, and an attitude of like just basically giving people a piece of your mind. Now, the Five of Cups tells me here that this comes from a place where actually you don't think it's rude or realize it's rude, because to you you're just speaking your truth. And especially any of you who have a little bit of a ADHD, autistic type, how should I say, diagnosis, or you yourself, you think, perhaps I'm a little bit on the spectrum or a little bit neurodivergent. If it can feel like that for you, people might see you as rude, whereas like you're just being honest. What do you mean rude? I'm just telling you how I feel. It's nothing against you. And within a tower, people who like to control others, people who like to make backhanded comments and get away with it, people who make comments that are so clearly insults, but then they try to hide it behind, it was just a joke. Oh, group number 2. Who else in the room right now can just not even deal with these types of individuals? It's like, at least be man or woman enough, at least have the ovaries to stand by the stuff that you say. If you're going to dish it, either be able to take it or to stand by what you said. Stop hiding behind, it was just a joke. And I see here within the tower, you are like the call out person, which means if someone says something that's nasty, you will literally just, with a straight face, you'll be like, what did you mean by that? Well, what are you trying to tell me? I mean, what kind of effect do you think this should have on me or the situation? You will literally put them in their place after making them feel really stupid. So the tower shows here that people might underestimate you very frequently. And then those who do it and have the gall to try to see how far they can go with you, very quickly their view of you crumbles that they first had of this person that is to be underestimated. And the thing is, like, you're such a forgiving person, you forget so quickly because you just move on with your life. It doesn't bother you because you're used to it. You've been underestimated lots in your life. You're used to it. You know how people can be. And the thing is, like, you're not going to allow it to affect your day. You're just going to forgive and move on, honestly, because it's not even worth your time. You're way, way, way too focused on your career, on your finances, on building yourself, on leaving a legacy. And people view you as someone who still has a lot ahead of them in their career and who's going to go quite far, especially because you don't dwell on the little things for too long. You don't let it affect you for too long. Group number 2, you are able to get back into focus, and you're an inspiration to a lot of people, especially people from a similar background as you. You inspire them to do more. You inspire them also to value themselves more. And any of you who work, again, in service-based industries, you're such an inspiration in your career. Please just make sure you value yourself. Please just make sure that you take care of yourselves, guys, so you don't burn out, because your talent is unmatched. People view you as extremely talented, not just as we have here with this dancer that looks like she's perhaps doing ballet or like modern dance, but you know your talents, group number 2. You know what you were born to do. You know what you've been blessed with, and it's important that we don't let that go to waste. That's a message I'm getting from your guides. I also want us to incorporate some charms into your reading. So here's my little charm bag. Let's see what we're going to get intuitively. Okay, we've got a ship's wheel. Take the lead. Group number 2, take the lead. Don't be afraid to also tell your boss, your manager, your teachers to just like back off, because you'll finish the project by the deadline. You don't need anyone reminding you of it. You know, you wrote it down. You have an itinerary too. And then we've got 2 dolphins. Dolphins represent feeling happy, feeling carefree, and being in tune with yourself. So I definitely see here with the ship's wheel and the dolphin also like a getaway, a tropical getaway where you will see dolphins in real life. And it could be a cruise. It could also be going somewhere by the ocean where you see ships and dolphins. In the Magician, I see that you are manifesting that next into your life. Group number 2, which is really, really exciting. And then we have got expert. Okay, a dolphin expert, a ship expert. Somebody with a great deal of knowledge about or skill, training, or experience in a particular field or activity. In shooting, the highest grade of marksmanship. So, an expert. Group number 2, you're an expert. Did you know? Or have you just been playing it small? Have you been resting on your laurels at all? Like, do you even know what that means to accomplish something and rest on those laurels for like 2 seconds? Because group number 2, I'm getting overworked and underpaid. Yes, I am. But it ends here, group number 2, because yes, you are an expert. Especially those of you who have imposter syndrome. Like every second you're like, can I really call myself an expert? Can I really charge for this? Can I really like apply for this job? Yes, you can. People with half the credentials, half the talent, half the heart are not only applying or charging, but they're getting it. The worst part is they're getting it and you're not, group number 2. And I'm here to push you to think more highly of yourself. Step into your confidence. The Fox Spirit shows think on your feet. Group number 2, think on your feet, think quick. Like stop letting yourself live a life that is less than what you deserve. Because yes, I said you're allowing it. Group number 2, stop allowing that because it's in your control. You have more control than you're aware of. And the Hawk Spirit shows me here, like people find you intimidating. People find you to be someone who just like is divinely protected. People will have like evil eye. They will be jealous on you and boom. The next day, like something happens to them. Their roof leaks. Their tire is flat. Like they get a cold. You know what I'm saying? So people really fear you in that way. And I see here within the Frog Spirit that it's time for you to clear out the clutter. Group number 2, you are holding on to a little bit of baggage from the past. And I feel you more than you would know because literally, even as a kid, for example, I was made fun of all the time for being chubby. People called me tsunami in swim class, all of these things. And when you then get skinny, you're still like a fat person in a skinny body. You still think the same way. You still feel kind of uncomfortable in your body until you've actually worked through it psychologically. Just because the body has changed doesn't mean that the mind has been able to catch up yet. So the Frog Spirit is telling you to clear out the clutter because you're not seeing how upgraded you are and how much you have to be proud of, especially if you were bullied, if you were put down. That might be trauma that you're still carrying around with you, but the Bat Spirit confirms a rebirth is assured. So we're not afraid for you, group number 2. We're not afraid whether you can do it, if it's going to happen or not. Of course, your rebirth is going to happen. Of course, you're going to clear out that clutter. Of course, you're going to level yourself up mentally. But this is just to jumpstart you. This is just to tell you, okay, it's time, do it now, stop waiting. Because what are you waiting for, group number 2? It is time for you to claim everything that you deserve and more, and potentially a lot more. Now, the Mouse Spirit is telling you, tend to the little things, and I'm getting skin. Okay, if you have any like little birthmarks or things that you're a bit unsure about, tend to it, go have it checked out. Tend to the small things, also teeth, okay? Dentist, go do that. Tend to the small things, like little areas of your body where Perhaps you feel like, okay, I have to get this lump checked, this bump. I'm not sure what's going on with the skin patch. The starfish spirit says there's infinite possibility to learn more about yourself. So it's not always a scary thing. Like sometimes, for example, as of recently, I had some dry patches of skin. I went to get it checked out and it was eczema. And it's because of the weather. And when the weather changes and my skin isn't moisturized enough, that's what can happen for me. Also, living in a European country, being half African, half European, I need more vitamin D than people who are fully European. So obviously, like, learning things like that about yourself, learning how the weather affects you, your ethnicity, your skin, your complexion, and then you can just do better for yourself. Then you can just take more care of yourself in the way that you deserve. It's not about inconveniencing yourself. It's not about, oh my God, it's going to be something scary. No, we're about being our best versions. We're not about bare minimum, like just getting our teeth checked. Like here we are about highest top tier performance, top tier life quality, not just the bare minimum of, for example, getting your filling done in your teeth, okay? Like emphasis on the fact, like, we are here to level up. We are the psychic CEOs of our lives. We deserve to win. We deserve the best. Emphasis means forcefulness of expression to indicate the importance of something. Extra stress of voice put on a syllable, word, or phrase, usually to show its significance. Put emphasis on your best self, emphasis on your rebirth, emphasis on the little things, because you deserve it. And don't let anyone, group number 2, tell you that you're being too sensitive, that you're sweating the small stuff. All of that is just noise. It's just distraction. You deserve it. You're not sweating the small stuff. The small stuff is important, especially as you are creating the life of your dreams. All of these little things matter. And remember, you are the things that you do. You are your habits. Your life is a result of how you take care of yourself, of you investing in your well-being and your education and your knowledge. Those are things no one can ever take from you. And your life is made up of your behavior and what you do, not what you say. So let people talk all day, group number 2, while you go ahead and do. And you do your best, you live your best life, and you create the most insane experience. Now, group number 2, this is what I received for you. I hope that you found it insightful and that it resonated. Feel free to leave a unicorn emoji below in the comment section if it did. And make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you aren't already. Not only do you then get notified when there's a new video that drops that might be of interest to you, but it also greatly helps me to continue to provide you with psychic readings right here on my YouTube channel. So my gorgeous soul of group number 2, this is the reading I received for you, and wherever you are on our beautiful planet, know that I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of our upcoming readings. Hello, my gorgeous soul of group number 3. You chose the Mystic Mondays Tarot deck as well as the Howlite Crystal Point. Now let's move into your reading to figure out precisely how others view you. You may have chosen the Howlite because this is a very clearing and cleansing crystal that helps you get rid of any unwanted darkness and negativity. Let's get into it, group number 3. I can't wait to figure out precisely how others view you. Let's see what we've got. The 6 of Pentacles as well as the Judgment card. I do see that others view you as someone who is very self-reflected, so almost judging yourself a little too harshly, as I see here in the 6 of Pentacles. You are more accomplished than you give yourself credit for. People view you as someone who is well put together, who's very grounded, who's very much the type of person who has a holistic approach to life. And within Judgment, I do see that others, sometimes they judge the book by its cover. So they think of you as holistic, put together, financially, spiritually, mentally, always perfect. Whereas you, under the surface, perhaps sometimes feel like you're struggling, group number 3, and no one's seeing it. We've got that confirmed here in the 8 of Swords, group number 3, especially if there's any traumas that you're dealing with, any type of depression, feelings of not being enough. This is a type of burden that you carry without anyone knowing. This is just you basically silently dealing with your own demons, with your own darkness, but others don't see that. They don't see how hard it was to get to where you are. They don't see how challenging it was for you to make it to this point in life. And I see within the Five of Pentacles that you've overcome a lot of challenges that no one would ever know of. Within the Five of Pentacles, I want you to understand that when it comes to future you, there is so much you will look back on and you'll be able to say to yourself, you know what? I made it to this point because I put this much effort in, and I deserve to be seen. I deserve to be successful. I see that here within the Hanged Woman. People view you from a completely different angle than you view yourself. People see you as extremely successful. People see you as having everything put together, but you're dealing with your own challenges that nobody will ever know. And the Hanged Woman makes it absolutely clear, group number 3, that it's time for you to freshen up the view of yourself. The Knight of Wands shows me here that there is a young fire sign that's very much in love with you and that wishes they could get closer to you. So that's an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius person, and they're the type of individual with whom you can have so much fun with, who sees you as someone who is extremely attractive and who is extremely fun and bubbly. And within the Four of Cups, again, it is important for you to calm down. Group number 3, you tend to hyperventilate. You tend to catastrophize. You tend to think that you are deadly sick, that you're unwell, that there's something wrong with you, when honestly, everyone has something wrong with them. Everyone has had a health scare. Everyone has had something that has made them feel worried or as though something was wrong with them. You're not by yourself, group number 3. All right, this is a safe space, and I'm here to confirm to you it's normal to feel this way. It's normal to have moments of intense fear, but you don't have to stay in that place. The Eight of Cups shows us that it's actually time for you to let go of how you view yourself and infuse your new view of who you are with some of the positive things that others see in you. Group number 3, I am getting this message here that others view you way, way, way more positively and as way more of a winner than you view yourself, group number 3. You're often way too hard on yourself. You don't see all of your wins in the way that other people do. And it's time for you to celebrate yourself. I want to figure out with our Astro Dice what area of life that you get to celebrate more. Okay, we've got the 10th house, group number 3. Within the 10th house, we've got the house that rules Capricorn, your career, your public image, your legacy. You get to celebrate your career more. You get to celebrate your public image more. You get to celebrate yourself publicly more and the legacy that you are leaving, group number 3. What are you doing, group number 3? You are downplaying yourself so much. We've also got Virgo. So if you're a Virgo, then this makes complete sense because you're a perfectionist and you are a chronic under celebrator of your own accomplishments. But those of you who aren't Virgos, I just want you to know here, 10th house in Virgo energy is that energy of being so meticulous, so wanting everything to be perfect that you forget to have fun along the way, along the journey. And I know it sounds really cheesy, but life really is all about the journey. The journey really is the destination, because if you can have fun throughout the journey, then trust me, it doesn't even matter how quickly you get to the destination, if you ever get to the destination, because wherever you're going is amazing and fun anyways. Within Gemini, I do see here this cross-pollination that's extremely important for you at this point to communicate with others. Gemini is the sign of communication. Talk to others. Talk to others about how you view yourself. Get therapy if you desire to do so, if you feel like, okay, it's really time now. Or talk to really close friends and family members about ways in which you can make yourself feel better and view yourself from a more kind of clear lens of what a winner that you are. Within the 5th house, I do see that for you, group number 3, you are a very passionate person. You're a very kind person. You're a very caring person. Your 5th house is the house that rules romance, kids, and creativity. It is also ruled by the zodiac sign of Leo. And I want you to know that others see you as an amazing parent or amazing parent to be. Other people view you as someone who will be an amazing head of a family, who will be an amazing leader. The 5th house definitely shows us here that you were always meant to be the type of parent who encourages their kids to do absolutely the most and the best that they can do and to explore and to travel. But perhaps you still have some exploration and some traveling to do by yourself first, as the 9th house is the house of higher education, long distance travel, and spirituality. Traveling for spirituality reasons, for education, not just school, but I mean education in the sense of traveling to other cultures just so you can educate yourself a little more deeply about what's out here in the world and other cultures, is one thing that I see is really important about you, group number 3. And it's an area of your life in which you still have some more exploration to do, but people view you as a citizen of the world and as very well traveled. Now, the solar calm also does recognize in you what others do, and they see you as someone who is extremely clear. They see you as someone who is extremely gentle. People view you as an individual who never lies and never is deceitful. Okay, so people trust you. People find you to be very trustworthy, and that's probably also why you get offered positions where you handle finances, you handle delicate documents, you handle other people's very sensitive and private information. That's what I'm getting here within the solar calm for you. So any jobs where you are like under oath, where you're not allowed to share any information to the public at all, that's where you really thrive. And I see you're within the Hierophant for you, group number 3. The next phase of your life is a phase in which people also view you as having like more than enough, of being very indulgent, okay, of living the good life, of being financially very solid, very liberated, very free. So people think that you are wealthy, basically. They think you come from a wealthy background based on how you behave and the things that you wear. And it could be that you thrift, that you just wear high quality clothes. And then people automatically assume it's all expensive or it's all designer, when it's like, no, you just know how to shop and where to shop. Next up, we've got the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is a representation of people viewing you as someone who is emotionally intelligent and someone who understands that in order to get the best out of people, you have to be a little bit, I don't want to say slick, but tactful. You have to be tactful around other people's beliefs and other people's emotions. I see here also that people view you as someone who is very spiritual and someone who has different sides to them and is extremely emotionally intelligent. And it shows in your job because you're the mediator. It shows in your family because you're the glue that holds everyone else together. If it wasn't for you, things would look very differently. And the Page of Cups shows us here that actually you didn't always start off like this. You had to learn it. You had to basically grow in your emotional intelligence since you were a child. You were put in situations in which, yeah, your intelligence was tested. And your emotional intelligence, how to navigate parents, how to navigate their emotions, how to navigate with siblings, how to navigate in school with teachers that were behaving like toddlers. I see here in the Page of Cups, literally the transformation you've gone through is remarkable, and to still have the innocence and kindness that you have, that's something that not a lot of people do. But I do also see here in the Seven of Cups for you, group number 3, you have quiet moments where things become too much, where sometimes you just need a cry, you just need a shoulder to lean on, where sometimes you have moments where you even wish like perhaps you were born in another era, or you were born an animal, you weren't even here. And it's not to be fatalistic, it's not because you don't appreciate, it's just there's a lot of weight on your shoulders, a lot, often, all the time. And group number 3, it's very understandable that you too sometimes need a break, and you would like things to be a little easier. You would like a little less responsibility. You would like a little less on your shoulders. That's what I'm seeing. And within Pluto, it's time really for a rebirth, but other people see you as someone who can do it all. And perhaps it's time for you, group number 3, to start seeing yourself as someone who can do it all, to start seeing yourself as someone who can overcome everything, as someone who can overcome any type of challenge, any type of difficulty. Within Pluto, I do see here for you a rebirth that's coming towards you in the most positive sense, as it is a rebirth of your 10th house, which is your house of your career, your public image, your legacy. And retrograde does show us, literally, you will be reviewing your past, and you'll be seeing in so many ways how, yes, this rebirth is very deserved. It's like you deserve to feel more highly about yourself in your life. You deserve to feel more like a winner, like a giver, like a doer, because yeah, you have been there for other people in ways that their friends and family haven't even. Like, you have basically stuck your neck out for other people's well-being in a way that you don't know anyone else would ever do. So you're like literally the most giving, caring person once you do care about another individual. Okay, we've got Eastern as well. So situated in the east of a region or country, facing the east, relating or belonging to the countries of Asia as viewed from Europe or North America. So the east is anything in Asia when you're viewing it from Europe and North America, which is for most of my viewers, as I see in my analytics, for me as well. You guys know I am from Switzerland. So Eastern is going to Asia. It's traveling Asia. It's finding a rebirth there, reviewing your life in peace there. So if you have been wanting to go to Bali, Malaysia, Philippines, Fiji, you've been wanting to go to India, to Thailand, South Korea, Tokyo, group number 3, it is time for you to travel. You know how we had our travel card show up? And we also have slippery. All right. A slippery surface object is difficult to move on or to hold because it is smooth, wet, or covered in something such as ice or oil. It's going to be a slippery slope for your transformation. Slippery and Eastern. So if you have a turn you can make with your car and it's raining the next couple days, make sure that you don't go down a slippery road. Same thing when it comes to turning on a surface, like if you're walking on something that's like glass at your work, okay, don't turn east. You might fall and hurt yourself, okay? At this point, it's a little dangerous to turn east because it's slippery. However, I want you to know here within slippery that another thing about this is that sometimes slippery means accelerated speed. It doesn't always have to mean something bad. So slippery in the east means accelerated speed for growth, but also we've got the fish, a cold-blooded vertebrate animal that lives in water. It typically has jaws, fins, scales, a slender body, a two-chambered heart, and gills for providing oxygen to the blood. So slippery, fish are slippery, Eastern fish. If you're someone who eats fish, that makes a lot of sense. Group number 3, also going to the east to view fish, to go snorkeling, to go diving at the ocean. You will see fish. Fish will be a huge point of interest. And if you have not yet seen Blackfish, for example, or the documentaries on Netflix, I forgot the name now, but it's like about the ocean. What was it again? Instead of Cowspiracy, it was a different documentary. It wasn't Fishspiracy. It was Seaspiracy, exactly. Seaspiracy. That will change your mind about fish as well. And I do just see fish as somehow changing when it comes to your diet and the way that you view it. And I do also want you to know people view you as someone who is hard to get a hold of, who can sometimes be a little bit cold or very different from them. That's the way we usually also see fish, right, as very different from us. And within Eastern, I want you to know that probably you fit in culturally and beliefs-wise really, really well in the Eastern part of the world. So don't feel embarrassed about it, but go and explore. Group number 3, go and explore more of the world before like you feel you have to settle down or you have to conform. Because guess what, group number 3, you don't. That's what makes you epic. Group number 3, this is only part 1 of your reading. What I'll do now is I'll clear and cleanse the space, and then I'll be back for us to delve even more deeply into your prediction. As per usual, you don't have to do a thing, you don't have to lift a finger. But if you like, you can check out my downloadables below in the description box. And if you are a fellow tarot reader or a life coach, my Psychic CEO, my own psychic coaching program that might be the absolute perfect way for you to be able to go east, because I help you to set up your business online without compromising your intuition and feelings, while at the same time still upgrading and up-leveling yourself. Most of my psychic CEOs are between the age of 30 and 50. and they're business owners, or people who work a 9-to-5 job and want to transition into having their own online business that has to do with spirituality. So if that sounds like precisely the group of high value, high achieving ladies that you would like to be in, check it out. It's linked in the description box. So I will now clear and cleanse the space, and then I'll be right back so we can delve even more deeply into your reading, group number 3. Hello, my gorgeous soul of group number 3. Welcome to the second part of your prediction. So let's delve even more deeply into how people view you and what they really think about you. We've got commitment as well as compassion. People view you as the type of person who would be amazing as a partner in marriage, amazing as a partner in business, because you actually keep your word. Commitment still means something to you. You're a compassionate and caring person. You're the type of individual who actually has the world as their oyster, quite literally speaking, because you're compassionate, you're kind, you're caring. People view you as someone who has every single door open to them. People also think that you're married. People think you're already in a fully committed relationship because of this. Whether that's true or not, group number 2, that's how others view you. That's what other people think of you when they see you. They think, oh, you must already be committed. You must already be in a marriage or in a relationship. And moving more deeply into your reading, they also think that you're a passionate person. They think that you're someone with whom things never get boring with. People view you as someone who is passionate, who wants to make things happen for themselves and for others, and who, once in a committed relationship, is still passionate and still wants intimacy in every way, spiritually, physically, emotionally. Like, you like closeness, you like commitment, you like to actually feel your partner. Next up, we've got closure. So people view you as someone who is quite grounded and down to earth, with whom probably a breakup or a divorce would still bring closure, because you're someone who doesn't seek out revenge. For you, the biggest revenge is that you're just focused on yourself and that people are not allowed to be part of your life any longer. That's your closure, and that is for you enough punishment for anyone who is in your life. And perhaps people who miss out on you or who force you to leave them behind in meditation, and if you've meditated for any amount of time, perhaps right now it is a habit of yours that you practice, or it used to be a habit of yours, that has calmed you down a lot. It has brought you a lot of mental tranquility, calmness, a lot of this feeling of being settled and being grounded. And I see here within physical checkup that people view you as someone who has an amazing body, someone who probably is in the best physical condition ever of their life, and they would literally like to do a physical checkup on you, okay? And even doctors, when they do a physical on you, they're like, okay, I see what's going on under these clothes. And people also think of you as someone who probably is quite comfortable in their body, who probably is quite comfortable in their physicality. They think that you're someone who meditates, someone who is really aligned, someone who has this very like calm Zen aura. And perhaps you're like, oh my God, you haven't seen me around my partner or my kids, or you haven't seen me when I have to deal with issues at work. But group 3, this is about how others view you, not how you view yourself or what actually happens in your day-to-day. Okay, so just let it happen here within this reading. So the Queen of Cups shows us exactly that, the warmth, the caring, the matriarch mom type energy. I see here within the Queen of Cups that quite literally you have this entire vibe, group number 3, of being the mom friend of any situation, being the caretaker, being the giver, being the one who's always there for others. And I see in the 5 of Diamonds reverse, you are lucky. People view you as lucky. People view you as having so much good fortune and so much good luck around you all the time. And that can even cause some people to be jealous, group number 3. Like, low key, some people are very, very jealous on you. Let's see who that is. We've got W, A, and P. Okay. Wop or paw. So I definitely see here some jealous people. with PAW within their name. But paw also represents the paw of an animal, right? The paw of a dog or a cat. People think you are a pet owner. People see you as someone who has got a fluffy, furry pet with paws. And perhaps you've lost a pet with a paw. And that still hurts you to this day. And in the Page of Cups reverse, I see that other pet parents, they really vibe with you, and people who are not pet parents, they just don't get you. Like, some people don't get why you would rather spend time with animals than with humans. And those are just not your types of humans, group number 3. And that's fine. Again, there's a reason why you'd rather be with pets than with humans. And the Eight of Wands shows us that others also view you as someone who has like a slow, chill life. Like, you go and drink iced coffee or iced matcha when you feel like it. You go on walks. You live a holistic life. You do yoga. You go to Pilates. You've got this like clean girl, healthy girl lifestyle. Babe, that's how people view you, and they see your life as being easy and stress-free. I know, it's probably very laughable for you right now because you're like, yeah, this must be how others view me, because this is not how life actually is for me. But how about we just romanticize the F out of life for a moment? How about we just romanticize the F out of everything until that becomes our reality, group number 3? How about we just enjoy the little things? We enjoy all of the moments of peace and quiet, even if it's just the coffee that you're having in the morning at your desk or at home, and it just feels amazing. Within absence, I see the fact of somebody's not being in a specific place, a period during which somebody is away, the lack or non-existence of a quality or feature. So just like literally the absence of stress is something that you can trigger by not allowing yourself to make it a thing. Create absence in whatever causes you stress. Start to align with this actually very positive way in which people see you. Okay, start to align with that. We've also got the flu. All right, the flu represents a viral illness producing a high temperature, sore throat, running nose, headache, dry cough, and muscle pain. If you've been experiencing any of these, that's not it. Okay, we've got absence and flu. That the flu is absent from you, group number 3. Your body and just overall your immune system is very strong. Maybe it's because as a kid, your parents didn't care for you enough and just let you put everything in your mouth. Just kidding, group number 3. But maybe it is from the fact that, yes, you do have a pet. That actually helps with your immune system, or you grew up with a pet. You grew up being outside in nature, playing in the dirt and so on. That really helps to strengthen your body. And I do see like an absence of flu pathogens actually infecting you far, far, far less than most of your peers, and your body is a lot stronger. You're a lot more solid than most others. Now, the 8th house is the house that, surprise, surprise, of course, rules Scorpio. When you see a skull, you know it is intense zodiac sign of Scorpio. Now, the 8th house is your house of transformation. It's the house also of how people deal with death. And it's the house of mystery. Now, again, we have the deceased pet, but I'm also getting deceased loved one vibes here, especially if you've had a deceased loved one who is absent and they had a flu and then it was all over, like a grandparent or great-grandparent. And I want you to know here in the 8th house, you just literally are the kind of person who effortlessly connects with the unseen, with spirits, with angels, with guides. It's confirmed here in the 7th house. You still have a relationship. For you, nothing is ever just gone. Everything just transcends shape, form, and energetic frequency. To you, life is so holistic. Relationships are important, but relationships can also go through deaths. Not every relationship is meant to be alive forever. Some relationships are meant to come to an end. That doesn't mean that anyone is literally dying, but it just shows that not every relationship is meant for eternity. And sometimes it is also okay for a relationship to end without knowing why. You don't need closure from the other person. The closure was their behavior. Situationships, you don't need them to come and give you closure. Their behavior was all the closure that you needed. Within the ascendant, I do see here that there is this beginning, there is this entrance for you of a fresh start when it comes to relationships. And also just not needing this reassurance that you used to need. People see you as someone who makes a big entrance and is very confident. Within progressions, I also see here that not only are you viewed as confident and as someone who, when they enter a room, makes a big entrance, but you're also seen as someone who makes progress, who time travels. So while other people may need a very long time to complete a project or to get to the bottom of something, you put 2 and 2 together very quickly. And that makes you the kind of person that infidelity just doesn't really happen, because anyone who's with you knows that any little change in energy and vibes, you can tell. And you're not going to just let it go. You're not going to let it go unnoticed. You're going to bring it up. And I see here in the Ace of Cups that that's perhaps also why you don't hold on to relationships for too long that are not going anywhere. The Ace of Cups represents fulfillment. It represents you having a new beginning in love or in a relationship with a new friend that's coming into your life, as I see that people view you as someone who's inviting. People find you really interesting. They want to get to know you. You seem like a fulfilled and fulfilling person to have in one's life. And you know, just as people say misery loves company, well, so does happiness. So does good vibes. So does feeling fulfilled and amazing. And I do see here within the Spirit of Cups, like, you are an opportunity for so much growth, happiness, and creativity to a lot of people. And that's perhaps also why your DMs are full, why people try to come back into your life. There's people who took you for granted and then they try to come back and you're like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to come back? Like, we're the one who left. And it is because your absence is always really, really felt. Okay, that's why we have absence. And we've got Cancer. Hey, my gorgeous Cancer sisters and brothers. Now, Cancer is an extremely emotional water sign. The Spirit of Cups is the spirit of the element of Cups, which corresponds to water. So water signs, listen up. Ace of Cups, again, water, Suit of Cups, right? I do see here Cancerians, especially this reading, was designed to wake you up. But those of you who have strong Cancer placements within your birth chart, I need you to understand that Cancer placements mean that you're very sensitive. Sometimes you might hyperventilate. Sometimes you might think something is wrong with you when there actually isn't. And we received right here, let me just zoom in for you. We received Neptune as well. Neptune represents the realm of imagination, and Neptune represents the realm of psychic ability, spirituality, the arts. And I need you to understand here that when you have this ability, when you're very sensitive, when you're very spiritual, don't channel that into your fears. That blows your fears up, and then you procrastinate and you stagnate in life. Channel that into your creativity, and you create art that makes you so wildly successful beyond your largest dreams and imagination. That's where you should channel your creativity, your emotions, and your sensitivity into. Not into fears, not into overthinking, not into this feeling like you have to be perfect or you have to do more. I do see that others view you as someone who understands them without even speaking. So you can be in a room with another person and not say a word, and you just get one another. That makes others very, very comfortable around you. So group number 3, this is the second part of your reading I've received for you, but I am just getting this vibe from Spirit that we still have a couple more messages to uncover. So I'm going to clear and cleanse the space one more time. As per usual, you don't have to do a thing. You don't have to lift a finger. Just leave a unicorn emoji below in the comment section and subscribe to the channel. If you're still here and you're enjoying your reading, I would greatly appreciate that. And then I'll be right back for us to move even more deeply into your prediction, group number 3. Hello, my gorgeous soul of group number 3. So let's delve even more deeply into how people view you and what they think of you, shall we? Ooh, we've got the panther spirit and the bat spirit. I love this combination. And who else has thought before that bats kind of look like small dogs, especially the little fruit bats? They have such cute faces. Now, within the panther spirit, people see you as extremely powerful and mysterious. It's like you've got this dark, divine, feminine energy about you of not really knowing what you're thinking, not really knowing what you're up to, but yet you're captivating, you're beautiful, you've got a slick elegance about you. And the way that you dress also invokes people to respect you. The bat spirit shows that this wasn't always this way for you. You went through a huge rebirth, and I see in the bat spirit that you're viewing yourself from an older lens still. Put a little bit more respect on your name, group number 3, because you deserve it, and you've been through a lot. You've leveled yourself up a lot, and it's time to have fun. Yes, we've got that represented in the sandpiper spirit and the butterfly spirit. See how things are turning more fun. The sandpiper spirit quite literally brings a message to be playful. People see you as playful and fun, and the butterfly spirit represents transformation that's beautiful. You've been through an amazing, huge transformation, group number 3, and it's about time you just have fun with it and you just enjoy your life, especially if you have lost or gained a lot of weight, you've completely revamped your style, you're finally happy with your features, with how you look, with yourself as a whole. Start to enjoy that, because when we get out of the awkward phase of like teens and early 20s of being so hard on ourselves, some of us, we get out of it sooner, some of us later, and just kind of not giving an F so much and enjoying life more. That's the kind of transformation that's just beautiful, feels amazing, and allows you to reclaim your power. The panther spirit is also a message of reclaiming your power, because when you're so overworked and in overthinking mode about what other people think of you, it's hard to actually really enjoy life, right? It's like when you're at a party and you're too worried about other people looking at you and watching you, it's uncomfortable to dance, right? It's uncomfortable to move. It's uncomfortable to even walk from one end of the room to the other. So that's the type of energy that I see it's time for you to shift out of, group number 3. And the King of Earth is a representation that actually you are in the most beautiful, successful stage of your life. The King of Earth shows us here that people view you as someone who is infinitely powerful and who has an infinite amount of resources at their fingertips. That doesn't necessarily mean like you have a loaded bank account. Sometimes it's the access that you have. People think that you're friends with extremely powerful people, with celebrities, with people who are like politicians as well, doctors, lawyers. The King of Earth shows that people are afraid to anger you and to treat you wrong. The Seven of Air is a representation that from all of the times that you were done wrong, you've learned, and it has imprinted in your energy. Because when you have gone through a hell of a lot of ish, it changes your vibration, it changes your frequency, it changes the energy you emit when you enter a room. I know it sounds woo-woo, spiritual, crazy, group number 3, but hear me out. When someone enters the room and you can just tell they're not as confident or they're super naive, you react differently than when someone enters the room and their energy just says they're a boss, they're a shark, they know what they're doing, and they're not to be messed with. And within emotions, you cause other people a lot of emotionality. You cause other people to feel emotional, to feel like they're about to cry, really. A lot of people, they open up to you, and I don't mean this negatively, group number 3. Again, hear me out. A lot of people, when they can finally speak up about what they've been through, they feel heard and seen around you. That's why you make an amazing coach, an amazing therapist, an amazing medical practitioner and teacher, because people feel seen and heard, and they don't feel stupid around you, because you never make anyone feel less than. So that makes people want to open up. That makes people want to talk. Even becoming a police officer or working in law enforcement, amazing, because even criminals, they want to open up to you, and they will make that mistake of thinking they're safe and telling you all of their secrets. Meanwhile, they will just, of course, be playing into your hand. But I see here with the seneschal, you just have this innate ability of connecting with others. It's almost like, do you remember in Twilight, was it Jasper who had that ability to change the emotions and the vibe of an entire room? That's what I see here for you, group number 3. Your aura is undeniably magnetic, and it's something that you were just born with, especially the lineage from your mom's side. That's the one that really gave you this kind of psychic ability. Now, the Three of Swords shows us here people view you as a heartbreaker. The Three of Swords is the card that shows people think a lot of admirers of yours were let down. You rejected a lot of people in your lifetime, so there has been a lot of heartbreak when it comes to that, and that you're someone who's admired by many, but only very few actually know you. The Five of Cups does also show us here that people view you as someone who probably had a hard childhood or hard bosses who were just mean to them before, and you don't want to be that person moving forward. So you being in a position of power in your career, you want to be the exact opposite. You want to treat people right. You don't want to scream at people. You don't want to be rude to people. You don't want people to feel all the challenging negative emotions that you were forced to feel, forced to go through, forced to deal with. The Nine of Wands shows us here that people also think that you've been through a lot health-wise as well. You've experienced a lot, you've been through it on your own, and that in many ways, things could have been avoided, like hardships could have been avoided that you went through, that you had to experience. And for the people who can really sense it, they know that here in the King of Swords, you have an entire book worth of stories to tell of your past, of your childhood, of when you were a teenager, your early 20s, and that you're really the type of person who keeps a lot of their things to themselves. Someone will be telling you what they think is the biggest trauma, the biggest challenge they've ever experienced and that the world has ever seen. And it might be something fairly traumatic, but compared to what you've been through, it's still basically like a piece of cake, group number 3, because you have really transformed. You have really been through reclaiming your power. You've really been through true challenges, through hardship, made it out the other side. And now you've reclaimed your power and you're ready to do good in the world. Group number 3, you are seen as someone fun and powerful, someone who has transformed and transcended from the past, someone who invokes a lot of intense emotions in others, and someone who knows things without others even needing to speak or say it, someone who is intuitive and psychic. Group number 3, this is the reading that I received for you, and I hope that you found it insightful and that it resonated. If it did, don't forget to leave the heart emoji below in the comment section. As already mentioned, all the resources you might be looking for, they can be found below in the description box as well. And wherever you are on our gorgeous planet, I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of our upcoming readings.